The United States is out of long-range missiles. Ooh, home buyers are overpaying mortgages, and a new U.S. stock exchange is live. This is the foundation current events for August 4th, 2026. I am Sot L, seeker of truth L, speaker of truth L, and let's get right into it. We got a lot to cover. Make sure you check out welcome to thefoundation.com. Sign up for the email list. We got great stuff. We just don't talk about it too much. It's humility to a fault, I would say. Ooh, yes, we have an ad blocker. Always, we won't leave the page. This is live. Silver, let's check it out. Currently $59.49. It's still kind of sideways, but it's moving. We have gold at $4,077.56. Either way, I say silver, industrial, as well as the precious metals used in everything. It's used in solar panels. It's used in medical. It's used in those Lululemon clothes that they have that, absorbs bad smells and things of that nature. Silver. Dollar cost average, $25, $50, $100 every 2 weeks, every month. Whatever you can do, just do it consistently. You'll be surprised how you end up. We got the arbitrage between, the delta between Eastern spot price of silver and Western spot price. Eastern is $66.90 USD. Western spot price $59.53 USD. A little less than a $7 delta, but I don't know. Do you see it narrowing? I kind of do. Exclusive, U.S. has used virtually all of its long-range precision missiles during Iran war. The U.S. Army has used up much of its stockpile of highly accurate long-range missiles during its 5-month war with Iran, according to 3 people familiar with the data, raising concerns about the military's readiness for future conflicts. This isn't good. Sharp. Not good at all. The U.S. Army, the missiles are principally the Army's surface-to-surface weapons, known as Army Tactile Missile Systems and Precision Strike Missiles. The U.S. has used virtually all of these weapons, according to 2 of the sources. The degree of which the military is running out of these ATACMS and precision strike missiles has not been previously reported. The long-range munitions, which cost more than $1 million each, are an important part of the military's arsenal, allowing accurate strikes from a safe distance. U.S. supplied ATACMS, I think that's what they call them in the military. ATACMS have played a key role in the war in Ukraine, allowing Ukrainian forces to attack targets in Russia. The precision missiles is a newer, more advanced generation that will replace ATACMS, which have a shorter range. The dramatic rundown in precision long-range missiles means U.S. President Donald Trump may have to rely more on riskier piloted bombing missions if he relaunches large-scale attacks on Iran. This was something that I read that Iran was counting on, that when war broke out, that eventually Israel and the United States would run out of munitions. They would go broke fighting this war. Now, if you associate this war or this military, whatever it is, with inflation, on obviously gasoline, but they blame it on the Strait of Hormuz. But you also have food, clothing, shelter, rent. All things have been inflating proportionately since the pandemic, but crazy since this war started. War can and has many times in the past bankrupted entire nations, bankrupted countries, companies as well, bankrupted monarchies, bankrupted empires. So we'll see how this goes. Defense startups raid auto and fracking sectors for parts to speed weapons output. What? Auto centers. Defense tech startups are repurposing automotive chips and pipes used in fracking while copying production methods from drug makers in an effort to deliver weapons to the Pentagon faster and at lower cost. Just think about that for a second. That's interesting. Soaring demand for rocket motors used to power missiles and other weapons has spurred new thinking about supply chains. Seeking big returns, Silicon Valley-style startups are now taking on defense companies that have long dominated the industry, pulled into the competition by a need for production speed, high volume, and lower costs, according to 10 industry executives, experts, and U.S. officials interviewed by Reuters. Man, this is distracting. Get that out of here. Get it out of here. Get out of here. The U.S. has plowed through over 50,000 rockets, missiles, and other projectiles propelled by rocket motors since the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Through the U.S. attack on Iran, Pentagon data shows Washington is setting aside $53 billion and simplifying procurement rules to increase critical missile and rocket production. CEOs from Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Raytheon, among the largest military contractors, have warned that solid rocket motor shortages were hurting missile production. Now, defense entrepreneurs must prove they can deliver. Pleasing the Pentagon brings huge benefits, including contracts with the government agency that has an annual budget of more than $1 trillion and a seal of approval other governments want to see before buying from new contractors. So you can definitely presume, I'm presuming, that there's going to be some issues with car parts. Car parts. I mean, wow, fun. Atlanta area amusement park closes after nearly 4 decades. Man, people are getting fired. Things are shutting down. Wow, you can't even have an amusement park. An Atlanta area amusement park that was home of the largest zero-G stall roller coaster in the country closed for the last time on Sunday. Fun Spot America, Atlanta's location in Fayetteville, had its final day of operation on August 2nd, after the amusement park had been in operation for 36 years. Y'all see that? See, just reload for no reason. It opened as Dixieland Fun Park in 1990 under different ownership, and it was later renamed Fun Junction USA before it was acquired by Fun Spot in 2017. The company's plan to close the park was announced in late June. Wow. So it was a couple months. They shut down. The park was known for the Airy Force, or Airy Force 1, I don't know, which claimed the title of being the largest zero-G stall ride in the country. The Airy, man, come on, man. The Air Force, I'm just gonna call it Air Force 1, features a 146 first drop at an 83-degree angle, with the ride reaching a top speed of 64 miles per hour. According to Fun Spot America, it has a height requirement of 48 inches and lasts about 100 seconds. It doesn't matter because it's closed. If they just want to talk about this ride that's no longer working. Fun Spot America theme parks owner and CEO John Ari, there it is. That's why it's Ari Force. John Ari Jr. told USA Today that the Fayetteville location struggled to rebound in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic despite the opening of a new ride, which was named in honor of his father. Ari said in an interview that the roller coaster is too large to fit at either of the company's Florida theme parks, so they will look to find a buyer for the ride. It's out of here. U.S. factory orders unexpectedly fall in June. Unexpected. Who would have thought? New orders for U.S. factory goods unexpectedly fell in June, but demand elsewhere was solid as business continued to boost investment in artificial intelligence infrastructure. I mean, if it's solid demand, how did it fall? Factory orders dropped 0.3% after a revised 1.1% decrease in May, the Commerce Department Census Bureau said Tuesday. Today, economists polled by Reuters had forecast orders would rebound 0.2% after a previously reported 1.3% decline in May. So you can just assume that this is going to be revised. This 0.3% will be revised. They revise them all. I mean, come on. They just keep revising stuff. That's not a good look, though. Report, most home buyers are overpaying on their mortgage. Excuse me, you're probably overpaying on your mortgage by thousands of dollars a year. New research from Bankrate finds most borrowers aren't shopping around for rates, leaving thousands of dollars on the table. The good news, it's not too late to save. The report found that 87% of borrowers are overpaying, costing the average homeowner more than $3,300 a year. Over a 30-year loan, that adds up to more than $78,000. Bankrate calls it, quote, the hidden home ownership. Wow. Gotta happen once in a while, right? The hidden home ownership tax. Analyst Alex Gailey explains a lot of it comes down to people not comparing lenders. So they just want you to refinance. But it makes sense if you can save $78,000. Nationwide power failure hits Caribbean island as American citizens warned to prepare. Americans who are legally traveling to Cuba should expect major disruptions because of the country's blackout crisis. In a statement obtained by Fox, the U.S. Embassy in Havana said the country is currently experiencing a total power failure due to its electrical grid collapsing. Quote, all U.S. citizens in Cuba or planning to travel to Cuba should be aware and plan accordingly. The latest outage marks Cuba's sixth nationwide grid failure of 2026, officials said, with 3 occurring in July alone. Residents are currently suffering from intense heat and a lack of air conditioning, with many sleeping outside near the water to escape the sweltering temperatures. Ouch face. Don't go to Cuba yet. College majors with the highest unemployment rates and a tough job market. This is a good one, right? College majors, let's just get to it. Anthropology, computer engineering, fine arts, performing arts, computer science, and architecture. According to the most recent data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, these are the majors with the highest unemployment rate. On the flip side, the college majors with the lowest unemployment rates were special education and miscellaneous education. Wow, I'm out of here. Let's watch it. How does it move? It better not be too loud. Okay, cool, I can't hear anything. But we want to watch this robot. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. I'm full screen. Look at this thing. What? I just want to, point out that I'm not necessarily concerned about these robots, right? Because my plan is, I'm not even gonna say my plan, but I have a plan. But what I am concerned about is that most people are unaware that this is coming. Look at this thing. What? No way, man. Hold on. Look at this thing. Now, if anything was walking up on me like that, I would know that there was something off. That's a weird walk, but that's very, very close. That's very close. They got the mammary glands protruding. Wow. I mean, those who aren't paying attention, you should be paying attention, because this is not stopping. Y'all street launches. I mean, that's okay. Texas Stock Exchange goes live in Dallas. The TXSE, a new rival to Wall Street, officially debuted last Friday as the Texas Stock Exchange went fully live for the first time, with trading available for all of its listed tickers. The Texas Stock Exchange, which is based in Dallas, is the first new major stock exchange to launch in the U.S. in decades. The TXSE, called the TXE, is looking to compete with the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ for listings. The exchange boasts several prominent financial backers, including BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, and Charles Schwab, among others. It currently plans to begin corporate listings later this year and intends to facilitate initial public offerings starting in 2027. The TXE sees the economic rise of Texas and a broader swath of the South that it's calling the Boom Belt as being the, quote, center of gravity for American capitalism, end quote, in a market it can tap for its IPOs. Quote, as the only primary corporate an ETP listings venue built and headquartered in the Boom Belt. Trustee is both a product of the region's rise and a catalyst to accelerate it, end quote. The company's website notes the region has an annualized GDP of $8.9 trillion, more than all world economies other than the US and China. It adds that 40% of American exports pass through the Boom Belt, while 57% of US job growth has occurred in the region in the last 5 years. Currently, the exchange is operating from temporary offices in the uptown neighborhood of Dallas, where it will hold a bell ringing ceremony Friday afternoon to mark its official launch. Yep. Some say Texas, is going to secede from the nation. They kept their Rangers. Waymo robo-taxi crash rate 68% lower than human drivers, study finds. Here we go. Listen, I absolutely 100% postulate that there's going to come a time where most people are not going to be allowed to drive. Most people. I'm serious. You're going to have a special license, a special job or something like that. This is where it's going. Though they've racked up quite a few troubling anecdotes on America's roads, Waymo robotaxis have achieved a crash rate that's far lower than what's observed when humans are driving, according to a recent study published by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, a private scientific organization funded by insurance companies. The IIHS is regarded by many as a superior font of accurate scientific conclusions compared to the government-run and lobbyist vulnerable National Highway Transportation and Safety Administration. According to the July study, quote, Rise of the Machines, Crash Experiences of Highly Automated Vehicles and Human Drivers, Waymo Vehicles, and Autonomous Mode posted, quote, Police reportable crash involvement rates, end quote, fully 68% lower than human-operated vehicles in the same areas in years. Researchers studied crash rates in Austin, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and San Francisco. Importantly, the IIHS studied data from 2021 to 2024. To the extent Waymo has improved its programming, the current relative performance may be even better. Waymo Edge was highest in Phoenix and Los Angeles, 76% and 71% lower crash rates, respectively. San Francisco's Waymo posted 35% lower crash rate and a bit of a head scratcher in terms of being a huge outlier. Waymo had a 4% higher crash rate in Austin. The study's authors note that the sample size in Austin was smaller for both Waymo and human drivers. Please understand what's coming. I saw a Waymo the other day, 3 days ago, probably. I was traveling. I saw this weird thing, and I looked in my mirror, and it was one of those Waymo dances, but it was blue. It wasn't white. It was a blue one. AI is giving hackers an edge. Cyber criminals are increasingly using artificial intelligence to target people. Americans lost more than $893 million from AI-related crimes last year, according to the FBI. Just last week, OpenAI and Anthropic revealed that their AI agents accessed the internet during testing and hacked into other companies' systems. Although customer-facing data wasn't breached, the incidents raised fresh concerns over cybersecurity. AI is growing more accessible, inexpensive, and effective for pulling off attacks, said Chris White, a professor at Virginia Commonwealth University. Here's what experts suggest to protect against cyber scams. Deepfakes. A deepfake can replicate faces or voices, as well as videos or images depicting events that never happened. Roughly 12% of U.S. scam victims last year said the hoax they fell for involved an artificial intelligence or a deepfake, according to Gallup reports. Some deepfakes can even be used in Teams and Zoom meetings, White said. There was a deepfake of a CEO telling one of the guys in the company that had dispositive authority over the cash, the company money, to send like transfers of money, and he did it. Face filters can be advanced, but images may break if a scammer turns their head or is asked to stand up and spin around, White said. He recommended asking potential scammers to move on camera if possible. Quote, it's going to be difficult for filter for the filter to maintain 100% of the veil, he said. Scams may also involve deepfakes of celebrities, CEOs, and trusted figures, according to the FBI, which creates, quote, fraudulent high-stakes opportunities, end quote. Last year, victims reportedly lost more than $632 million to investment scams involving AI, according to the FBI. If the person or video recording requests money or account access, experts recommend first verifying the request with the person or organization through a known contact. Voice cloning. AI-trained voices may be used for distress scams, such as posing as a loved one asking for money or creating real-time pressure, according to Laura Cook, a marketing professor and digital well-being researcher at West Virginia University. Victims claimed over $5 million in fraud losses due to distress scams last year, according to the FBI. Quote, our own human abilities to detect issues are ill-fitting, so they often fall behind the sophistication of the tech, end quote. Cook said she suggests establishing ways to verify a relative or friend, such as choosing a safe word. I recommend this all the time. If your family needs to have a certain word that only the family knows. So if one of your daughters or your elderly parent or whatever gets a call and they're asking for money or asking for something specific, tell them to say the safe word. To say, what's the word? What's the family's word? And they're probably going to hang up. Just a few seconds of audio can be used to create as much as an 85% voice match using AI. And people accurately decipher an automated voice just 60% of the time. If you're unsure whether a caller is authentic, hang up and call back on a different number or one that is associated with an institution like a bank, said Sam Gregory, executive director of Witness, a technology and human rights organization. A technology? Human rights? Technology? Wait. Password access. Gaining access to your password is more complicated than using AI to decrypt your account details. AI makes guessing, quote, more efficient, end quote, because it detects patterns from leaked passwords. AI can also use someone's information to come up with more personalized password guesses. To protect themselves, people can turn on multi-factor authentication and use passwords with at least 12 characters. White also recommended using passkeys and password managers. Passkeys like YubiKeys, YUBI keys. White warned against requirements for passwords like one special character, number, and capital letter because it provides a checklist for hackers. A phrase like a line from a poem can work effectively. Quote, as long as the password is long, you really only have to change when there's evidence of some kind of compromise. And fake authorizations and celebrity scams. Some scammers attempt to trick people using phony authentication methods. For instance, CAPTCHA verifications have prompts to check a box or verify images. A fake version will ask users to type a command, download software, or change security settings. Scammers may also convince users to authorize malicious apps that provide access to emails, contacts, files, and other data. Liu recommends using Google and Microsoft to review the apps connected to your accounts. Social media platforms like Instagram may also have security settings to review devices that have access to your account. While AI detection software has been recommended for spotting scams, experts warn they're not always foolproof. Quote, we've got to defend ourselves in simple ways and be more cognizant of the digital footprint that we're leaving, end quote. Kind of late for most people. It's definitely kind of late for most people. Hopefully you're one of the ones like me that, never really put their personal identity on the internet. If you had a Facebook, you used a name that wasn't yours. Excuse me. You got an X account. You have an Instagram. Hopefully you're not using your actual name. That's number one. But with that being said, have a great week. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure you say 10 things you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. It's very important. Hope you learned something. I'll catch y'all tomorrow on The Foundation. Peace, y'all.